years, but it still makes me nervous before I finally take like, yeah, it's any good, but like, attention, people up Jones Center. Wait, people drinking. Yeah, all right, just about. No, yeah, Josh, it's gonna be great. It's really gonna be listen. No. Attention, people of the Jones Center. Did I cut out again? Yeah. Holy cow. This is gonna work. This might get really weird. No. Okay. All that needs stuff. Hello. 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 Welcome. Welcome. I guess come through me. Bet I know the issue. I don't know how to keep double A for the car. Hello. Hello. People, hello. We had mic check. The microphone is working. Oh, it is. Oh, fantastic. We got like, oh, here we go. Who's renewing some roller derby? Oh, wait, no, cut out. Really? Hello. So, dude, fantastic. All righty. You're sure to want some roller derby. All right, we get to it in just about 6 minutes. We'd like to welcome everybody to the Jones Center. Also, I've got a few things I need to talk about here. We got a charity partner here, Alliance for Immigrant Respect and Education. We've got an event sponsor, Arkansas Law Partners. They're pretty fantastic. We've also got a jam line sponsor, Rainbow Realty. And we've got a penalty box sponsor, Ozark Natural Foods. And, well, we also got Chiba giveaway. So, one of the amazing things we're going to watch today is Chuggaduck. Folks, I got to tell you about Chuggaduck. Basically, we just go over the merchandise table and you get a duck. And it's not yours, you're just borrowing it. and then you throw the duck at halftime of the second bout, and you get close to the target, and then we give you stuff. That's how it goes. So it's pretty fun. You get to get a duck for a little bit, and then you get to throw the duck, and so it's pretty great. Got just about 5 minutes to get out of the merchandise table. Also, we've got Rocktown's merchandise table over here as well for all your German paraphernalia needs. If you decide you want to be a huge Rocktown fan, you can rep them. Although I'm already wearing Natural State, so there's that. But they give me the shirt for free, so that's fine. I mean, I like to think I'm making, but or at least my shirt. All right, so our first bout today is going to be between Rocktown Roller Derby and Natural State Roller Derby, and then we've got something of an invitational. It's going to be a pool party matchup. So all your pool party roller derby themed fun. Basically, it's skaters from the region form temporary teams to well, basically they want to hit their friends, right? So that's what that is. We'll be getting underway here in just about 4 minutes. So fun. Lots of stuff for that. I realized I didn't put it on myself. I'm not actually scraping it. Makes like the brush line. Oh yeah. Like now, and it might get treacherous. So only got so much thing that you can't lose off once. Yeah, fantastic. All right, so we have the Rocktown Diamonds all the way from Little Rock. We've got number 10, Swervin' Irvin. Number 21, Frizz Fatal. Number 3, Beetlebrooms. Number 303, Lavender Menace. Number 34, Sheena Lemerly. Probably. I bet I got that wrong. Number 4, Alley. Number 52, Block Lobster. Number 69, E-Money. Number 803, Get Ya Some. Number 82, Chop Suey. Number 87, Hemlock Crack. And number 94, Witch Doctor with Coach Daisy Fever, Jet, and Nightshade. And your home team, the Natural State Force of Nature. Number 0, Curry. Number 11, Crystal Balla. Number 13, Assault and Pepper. Number 17, Chocahontas. Number 2, Disney. Number 242, the Frito Bandito. Number 316, Star Platinum. Number 32, Megahertz. Number 321, Blast. Number 510, Amazon. Number 626, Tormenta. Number 8, Annabelle Lecter. And number 808, Holy Grail. With Coach Alice the Great, Miller Time, and the Heartless Hungarian. Well, I was mentioning to some of you earlier, basically for those who've never seen roller derby before, who here has never seen roller derby before and is willing to admit it? Awesome, I'm here for you guys. So I know there's more of you, but your secret's safe with me. All right, so what you're going to see is 10 skaters on the rink, and there's going to be 5 from each team. 4 are going to be blockers, and 2 are going to be jammers. The jammers are going to have a star on their head. They're the ones who score. The jammer's going to try to get through the blocker first. The first jammer to get through the set of blockers is going to be indicated by the referee with basically pointing directly at the sky and the jammer at the same time. And we're going to see the action here pretty quick. We got number 11, Balla, going up against, I believe that's number 4. That's going to be Allie. Balla breaks the inside. Allie gets stopped by Grail. Ball on the outside, back to the middle. Into the turn. He takes the loop and takes off. Allie, jammer from Rocktown. Also, folks, if you've never been here before, if your jammer gets the lead jammer, you should probably cheer because it's a big deal. At this point, the lead jammer indicates the hip just like they did, and the referee blows the whistle. It really is all about who can get that lead jammer status first. And we got, they're all friends until the whistle blows. We've got Stormy number 626. Face out this number 94. That's going to be Witch Doctor. Stormy goes straight up the middle. Up on the toe stops, trying to muscle through. At the apex is the lead jammer. Stormy from Force of Nature is your lead jammer. Give it up for Stormy. Thinking that must have been a technical difficulty because strategically it make a lot of sense to me. So I'm thinking something happened. Something wrong. All right, we got number 13. That's going to be Salt and Pepper. And number 52, Block Lobster. Lobster lined up on the inside. The Salt and Pepper goes to the outside. Breaks early. Salt and Pepper. You're a lead jammer from the Force of Nature. At this point, every blocker pass is going to get a point. That's 4 points on the board for natural state. Both teams starting with one blocker in the box. That is, of course, the Ozark Natural Foods penalty box because we have sponsors. And I'm supposed to talk about the sponsors. So you should eat natural food or you'll get penalties because your brain doesn't work. So that's what you do. All right, we got 316 as we start Platinum facing off against number 52. That might not, yeah, that's Block Lobster again. Boy, indeed. That's what I said. All right, your score is 7-2. That means that Natural State has basically lapped 7 different blockers. So again, you're the one at the start of the jammer is going to get points every time they lap one of those blockers. So the first shot doesn't really count, but that's what establishes that lead jam position. And then from there on out, it's going to be points every time they pass somebody. Star Platinum lines up on the inside. Platinum breaks inside, back to the middle. 52 into the middle. Huge wall of blockers, just giving no love at all. Platinum hits a counter around the apex to the outside. Nathan knocks out it. I don't know what happens. Well, if you don't pay attention to the action, you'll miss it just like I just did. So if you'd like to know the rules, you can look up Women's Flat Track Roller Musician Rules or WFTDA on your search device of choice. All right, we got number 4 and number 11. Number 11, of course, is Crystal Balla. And number 4 is going to be Allie. Balla breaks to the outside, goes around early. So Balla! Balla knocked out of bounds on the inside of the apex and decides to call it off. Pretty good move. Looks like we got 3 on the board. Unless I can't count right from the rest. 10-2 in favor of the force of nature. And number 94, Witch Doctor, up against 626, Tormenta, also known as Stormy. Stormenta. Witch Doctor into the blockers. Stormy comes around. All right, we got number 13. That's going to be Salt and Pepper facing off against 52, the Block Lobster. Lobster comes to the outside. Gets into the fray with the wall of blockers from Northwest Arkansas from Natural State. Meanwhile, Assault and Pepper is getting no love at all from those Rocktown blockers. Goes to the outside, going into the turn, back to the middle, back to the inside, up on the toe stops, not able to capitalize on anything. And Rocktown takes the lead jam position. Ladies and gentlemen, Rocktown, number 52, Block Lobster. No, that's not, yeah, Block Lobster. Lobster's trying to get points and getting no love at all. Calls it off. May have been points. I don't know. It's hard to say. Points are scored, reconciled with the hits, I believe, if I'm not mistaken. If I am mistaken, don't correct me. I like my fantasy world. All right, we got number 316, Star Platinum, up against number 4, Alley. Platinum on the outside. Platinum looks to the center, trying to get around the blockers. Oh, for the inside, knocked out of bounds. Good blocking there by force of nature. Platinum trying to get around the turn, and number 4 takes it. Ladies and gentlemen, number 4, Alley is your lead jammer. Platinum keeps the pressure on tight. So the strategy there is to try to get unanswered points, and there were a couple of unanswered points to try to close that gap a little bit. 12-6 is your score. Again, the jammer wearing the star gets points every time they lap an opposing blocker. 52 out there. That's going to be Block Lobster up against number 11, Bala. Bala breaks the inside. Back to the outside, and Bala's got it! Turn! Give it! Oh. And again, the lead jammer is able to indicate the hits at any time and call it off. And why need you at this point? 4 points on the board. Sake, force of nature. A little jammer on jammer action. Never hurt anybody. So any jammer can indicate to their hips, but only the lead jammer gets any attention from the ref at all. If you're not the lead jammer, they just don't care. Sorry about that. All right, we got number 626, Tormenta or Stormy or Stormenta, however you want to call it. She's just really fast, all I know. And we got number 94. That is the Witch Doctor or Witch Doctor. I'm not sure. Maybe it means Witch Doctor. Like we don't know. Hard to say for sure. All I know is I don't want to be hit checked. Stormy at the apex takes the lead jam position. Ladies and gentlemen, into the fray, trying to get some points on the board for Natural State. Looks like I got 1, maybe 2, 3. And the set's falling off. Folks, I've mentioned the word apex a couple times. The apex, I've been told, is the turniest part of the turn. So that's like the very peak of the turn, so to speak. Fun fact: the boundary lines only exist if your wheels are on the ground. If you can jump over the apex, that's your own business. All right, number 4 comes out. That's Alley. Alley breaks early for the lead jam position. Folks, it's really hard to mount a defense when you've got 2 blockers in the box. That's probably a large part of what's going on there. Oh no, it's a blocker and a jam. Rocktown trying to spread that pack out. If the pack gets too far apart, the lead ref will call a no pack scenario situation, and contact is prohibited. Natural State gets their pivot and their jammer back. Maybe. Stormy discovers the law of gravity. It's unforgiving nature. Four on the board for Rocktown. Score is 15-21. 2119, Rocktown closes that gap up. For those of you adding at home, you might discover that 2119, that's a gap that can be closed in a single lap. This is exciting. In case you're curious. Can Rocktown get the lead jam position number 52? That is going to be Block Lobster is going to try to find that out. But Star Platinum takes it early. Ladies and gentlemen, Star. That's the best possible scenario for Natural State. Platinum goes to the box. That means we have no lead jammer. She's dead to us now. Not really. She's in a fraction. That is the Ozark Natural Boots penalty box. Platinum's keeping it warm. Now, what happens if both jammers go to the box? Well, we're going to find out. The one jammer's sentence, if you will, is commuted, and they both serve the same amount of time. Platinum back into the fray. Meanwhile, Rocktown's jammers getting back in the action as well. We're going to have another 43 seconds to this. Platinum looks to the outside. Knocked out of bounds. Recycled to the back of the pack. You may be asking, why did Platinum go to the back of the pack just now? That's because if you come in behind in front of the person who knocked out of bounds, you could get an advantage by going out of bounds. So to prevent that, you have to come in behind the person who knocks out of bounds, and that's massively inconvenient if you're a champ. Time out for Rocktown. Pretty good time for me to talk about all the peoples. We have AR Law Partners. Our attorneys and experienced staff approach each case with the compassion and dignity that each client expects and deserves. We offer solutions in bankruptcy, estate planning, family law, Department of Human Services cases, probate, real estate law, business formation, and personal injury. A one-stop shop for law, really. AR Law Partners. Also, we got Ozark Natural Foods. If your brain's not working very good, you're going to get the penalty a lot. And no better way to get your brain working good than need a little exercise, but also you need to run it on the right fuel. So that means Ozark Natural Food, because natural foods is really a better way to run yourself. So they say. Personally, I run on Taco Bell. Yeah. Getting back into the action here, we got Paula and number 4, Allie. Lead jammers, Rocktown. Rocktown's Alley takes it. Some say Paul is after Your score is 29-26, just barely in favor of the force of nature. Two for two, the Frida Bandito keeps the blocks in. Meanwhile, 6-2-6 Torment Stormy has come around the backside, is the lead jammer, and is looking for points. It's a big hit there from number 69. Back to the inside, around the apex. Here we go. 4 points on the board and calls it off. Natural State holds the gap just a little bit more. Rocktown's looking for a way to close that up and just tweak the strategy a little bit. 13 comes out for the force of nature. That's going to be Assault and Pepper. Witch Doctor, 94. See, no Witch Doctor. Not sure. All righty, Northwest, Natural State gets it. That's number 13, Assault and Pepper. Takes a look. East Session puts 4 on the board. Around the apex, back part of the turn. Natural set order to keep it on. That's how fast the score can change, folks. Sometimes when life closes the door, it closes the window too. I'm just kidding. I'm mostly just trying to make mouth noise here. All right, we got 316 Star Platinum up against number 4. Number 4, Allie. Allie has proven quite capable thus far. Will she be able to get that lead champ position that matters so much? And the answer is yes. Allie takes it. Allie from Rocktown, indicated as her lead jammer. That's what Rocktown needs right now. Some say her visor has a head-up display. Not sure if that's true. At the apex, trying to plow through the middle, get some points on the board. Chokahanas offering a huge ball there. And 4 on the board for Rocktown. Give it up for Rocktown, everybody. Or Joan, because they're from here. A handful more on the board. It's a pretty good run there for Rocktown. They needed that. 45-34. We dealt with about 3 laps. That's so bad. We got number 11, Bala, facing off against number 52, Block Lobster. For all of your lobster enthusiasts out there. Block Lobster tries going low. And Bala takes it. Ladies and gentlemen, Crystal Bala. $49-34. 10 minutes left in the half. All right, that's 52-34. And the Ozark Natural Foods penalty box is surprisingly open. And they're on the Rainbow Realty Jam line. At Rainbow Realty, we celebrate diversity and vibrancy that defines our community, much like the exhilarating world of roller derby. We believe in creating inclusive, colorful, seamless home buying experiences forever. Specializing in flat fee services, we empower buyers with transparency, confidence, and integrity, making sure each step of your journey is supported by our unwavering commitment to excellence. Rainbow Realty. So I guess if I get a chance, I should probably introduce myself to Witch Doctor. Then I would know Witch Doctor.
My guess is 14.
So I'm getting a little bit more. Walk over here to the Rocktown merchandise table here too. They got to offer. They got a headband over here. That's pretty sweet. Some patches. They got some a beverage cooler. Fantastic. Also, skate cap and shirt. That's was great. And beanies. I like beanies. They got all the beanies. Um, we also got Air they're called the Alliance for Immigrant Respect and Education. So you got they're over here as well. They've got some candies and such. So and education. That's the main thing. They've got the education. You're definitely not going to go there just for the candy. That's for sure. I would never. I might. Pretty good candy actually. You should probably go and get some candy actually. I think you can definitely do that. All right, we got Witch Doctor and number 626 Tormenta and or Stormy. Stormenta. I think Stormenta's better. She smiled. I'm taking that as a endorsement. Her name's now Stormenta. Stormenta up the middle. Get those stops. Into the turn. And she puts four on the board, except wherever she calls it off. It's still four on the board. Sweet.
Figured out if you go up.
Occasionally, my mouth doesn't keep up with my eyes and brain. And that's usually more funny. So we're good for that, I guess. All right, number 13, that's going to be Salt and Pepper. And number 4, Allie. Both have proven quite explosive off the line. That is the which line is this? That is the Rainbow Realty line. Exploding off the Rainbow Realty line there. Salt and Pepper up on the toe stops into the middle. Approaching the turn to the outside. Almost knocked out of bounds by 69. Goes back to the inside at the apex. Discovers ground against the lead camera for this leg, Jimmy. That's going to be a Salt and Pepper.
And we have no lead jammer.
Just like that. I looked down for 1 second. She's in the Ozark Natural Foods box. Terrible. All right, that means a power jam situation there for Rocktown. That's a bit of a double-edged sword because while you don't have any, your blockers can help you out more. The other blockers only have one thing to focus on.
What the four?
What's that? They've actually made a point over the last decade not to learn the rules, so that don't ever criticize the refs. It's an interpersonal contact violation. That's what it is. And it dastardly teams. All righty, back. We got more on the board for Natural State. Rocktown takes the lead jam position. That is going to be number 12. That's 52. That is Block Lobster. Block Lobster, lead jammer, looking for points. Into the fray. Into the wall. That's a quick moving wall, too. 4 on the board for Rocktown. 64-54. They are holding on. It helps when the opposing jammer goes in the box. Hey, a little apex out there. That's not so bad. Not quite a full jump, but it's a little hot. It's pretty good. Again, the boundary line actually only matters if your skates are on the ground. So if you cross over the boundary line with your body, but your skates aren't on the ground, then it didn't happen. So if you can jump 6 feet, you could jump the apex. I have seen it happen. So we've got a timeout. Little strategic thinking time. Looks like some of them need to reapply sunscreen over there. Not sure they know how that works. And mosey over here to the Natural State merchandise table. See what we got going on over here. Oh, God, missed some of the news. Always good to check out because you never know what kind of cool thing they've got going on. Sparkly stickers. That's pretty amazing. Oh, cow, they've got a mug. Folks, if you like beverages and you like to drink them from mugs, if I got a deal for you, it's a glass mug. So if you wanted like the ultimate root beer float and you wanted like freezing and frosty mug effect, this is for you. Or you could drink other beverages. There's really no limit to what you can do with the mug. There are some limits. All right, we got Witch Doctor facing off against number 316. That is going to be Star Platinum. Platinum in the middle. Witch Doctor breaks to the inside. Platinum sanitation victory. Platinum with a big burst of energy breaks to the outside. Fancy footwork. Puts 4 on the board for Neutral Slate. Platinum passes the back again right there at the end of the turn. Looks like that one was only good for 3. 68-58 until those points happen. 71-58 actually. Rocktown's doing a good job of holding on, but not quite able to capitalize enough to change the lead. Storminta, number 626 up against number 4. That's going to be Allie. Allie surprised us last time. Both jammers break to the inside. Storminta to the outside, back to the middle. Onto the toe stops. She's not taking no for an answer. Right on the line. Barely season. Lead jammer. Bishop and Storminta. Oh, just kidding. Now not lead jammer. Not 100% certain. If you'd like to know the rules of roller derby, you can look them up. WFTBA rules. I don't know the rules because the refs are always right. Four points on the board for Rocktown. Storminta, 4 on the board as well. It looks like this one's probably going to go to time. Meanwhile, the period will end when the last jam ends. So as the period clock expires, it will wait actually until the last jam expires before they actually call the period. Number 52 comes out for Rocktown. That's going to be Block Lobster. Facing up against number 13, Assault and Pepper. Lee Tammer there, number 13. '94 on the inside. 316 start flat on the outside. 10-minute intermission right here, and time to go over the concession just outside. Get a little snack there. You can also go over to the Rocktown merch booth. You could get some candy over there at the air table. You could also head over to the merchandise table and get yourself a duck. Half time of the next bout, we're going to do Chug a Duck. Chug a Duck's pretty awesome. We'll hear me talk a lot about that here coming up. And again, I'd like to thank all of our sponsors and all of our amazing volunteers. And I'd like to thank the skating crew. You guys are pretty awesome.
Good question smell like Chug a Duck.
So I've heard that not everybody knows what Chug a Duck is. Let me tell you about the exciting event that is Chug a Duck. Do you like ducks? Do you like throwing things? And do you like free stuff? Have I got a deal for you? You can head over to the merchandise table and get a duck. Basically, it's sort of like a loaned duck, if you will. And it's gonna have a number on it, right? So you're gonna have a duck with a number. That's not all that exciting. Except halftime of the next bout, we're gonna put a target out there, and you're gonna come over here to the middle, and you're gonna throw your duck at the target, and whoever gets the duck closest is gonna get free stuff. Now wait. You say, well, what if I'm second or third place? Do I get anything? Yes, you do. You also get a gift certificate to a Chiba Hut, this amazing sandwich shop that exists somewhere. Fayetteville. It exists in Fayetteville. That's where it exists. And I'm told it's really quite yummy and for all your sandwich needs. And yes, that's Chug a Duck. It's fantastic. There's all manner of gift cards available for the first three closest people. It's a great way you can support roller derby and you can get free sandwiches. There's basically nothing better. And I can't think of anything better offhand. All right, folks, we'll be right back with you here in about 12 minutes.
Chug a Duck cost.
Some money. I don't know yet. Then ask how much Chug a Duck costs. Chug a Duck is $2 for one duck, but the real money's in 3 ducks. So you really get the odds in your favor. $5 for 3 ducks. So you could give $1 for a duck. No, $2 for a duck. Or $5 for 3 ducks. But I'm going to try not to have any more rocks.
Yeah.
Got about 90 seconds left. Oh, maybe 100 seconds. It'll be 90 soon enough. Folks, you got enough time to go over there to our charity sponsor, ARE, AAIRE, Alliance for Immigrant Respect and Education. They don't offer spelling education or checks, but they do offer all kinds of other education and cool candy. So if you're into those things, then you head over there and learn some stuff, y'all. But not spelling. Sorry. 60 seconds remaining. I was all excited about going to get a hot dog, and then the line was too long, so I couldn't get a hot dog. It's kind of sad, but it's cool because I'll tell you guys about the hot dogs. Speaking of hot dogs, the penalty box is sponsored by Ozark Natural Foods, which is the opposite of hot dogs. Yeah, let's go. Natural steak. It occurs to me that those are natural foods. It's kind of a natural fit for natural state roller derby. Am I right? It's pretty great. Also, we got AR Law Partners. They do a lot of different kinds of law, and honestly, you really do need to know a good lawyer because you don't want to go looking for a lawyer when you need a lawyer. You really want to know before you need a lawyer who you're going to go with because you don't want to try to find out in the middle of it. Just saying. Not that I know anything about that. A little bit. We've got Star Platinum and number 4. That is going to be Allie. It's going to be interesting because both of those skaters have exploded off of the Rainbow Realty Jam line before. And so I'm really curious to see which one of them gets the lead jammer. That is, of course, the first jammer with the star on their head to get through the backup blockers. They'll be indicated as the lead jammer. They then can call the jam to an end at any time by indicating their hips. Platinum to the outside. Up on the toe stops. Not taking no for an answer. But getting told no. And no in certain terms. Out to the outside, back to the middle, to the inside. Barely staying in bounds. Some form of no. Player goes to the box, and that Star Platinum gets it. Ladies and gentlemen, Star Platinum. Starting the second half right for Natural State. 4 on the board for Natural State, and Star Platinum calls it out with a smile. $52 Black Lobster comes out against Tormenta. See, my paper says Tormenta, but her jersey says Stormy, so I'm saying Tormenta. That's how it goes. Tormenta breaks the inside, up on the toe stops, to the middle, to the outside, in the middle again. 1 block remaining on the knee pads. It's on 66. I think barely. I really don't think they were even separated by a second. That was extremely tight. Bala out there, the big smile. Big mouth guard smile. Natural State's got 1 in the box to pivot. That is the Ozark Natural Foods penalty box. All right, we got 52. That's going to be Black Lobster. Break into the middle as Bala goes around the inside to the middle. Back to the outside. Amazon joins the fray. Breaks up the pack. Needs to get in. Whoa! And gravity. Perhaps they didn't understand the gravity of the situation. 52 back with her, wearing the star. 4 points on the board for Natural State. I got to give it up to Bala because a lot of skaters would be content to just have 2 ponytails. Not Bala. Oh, she has all the ponytails. Witch Doctor and a salt and pepper. Witch Doctor looking for a running start, it would seem, or a skating start, a rolling start. Trying to get some speed. Witch Doctor, it's just better. He's outside and takes the Egyptians at the end. It's Fisherman. Salt and pepper. Witch Doctor ran afoul of the referees and has gone to the Natural Foods penalty box. Meanwhile, we got number 316 going to the Rainbow Realty Jam line. Rainbow Realty for all your realty needs. One of the cool things about Rainbow Realty is they do a flat rate service, so that's unique among the realty game. Platinum with a power jam goes to the apex. Lots of speed out of the turn on the outside, back to the middle. Up on the toe stops, 1 more block remaining. Fancy on the footwork and the toe stops. It takes the left Jim and Stone. Platinum. Platinum back to the middle on the far turn. Around the second apex, the far on the board calls it off. Back to that Rainbow Realty Jam line, we got Stormenta, and that's number 52. That's going to be Block Lobster. Tormenta to the outside. Ladies and gentlemen, number 626 Tormenta. To the triple digits, Natural State Roller Derby. Timeout there for Rocktown. They need to employ more strategery. So it's a question about the rules. WFTDA rules, that stands for Women's Flat Track Roller Derby Association. We're skating under WFTDA sanctioning and rules today. So if you look up WFTDA rules, Or I guess you could always just ask AI to do it for you, but I would rather look it up and read the rules. That's just me. Um, I actually just follow the action. I don't follow the rules. But you know what? I really, I wish I had a sandwich right now. And I was just thinking about, I was thinking about chugging up there with the, well, Chiba Hut cards, right? Because I could really go for a Chiba Hut sandwich right now. If anyone's got one, let me know because that'd be fantastic. I didn't get a hot dog earlier like I wanted. So if you want Chiba Hut as well, then what you should do is go over to the merchandise table and get some ducks. And you can turn ducks into Chiba Hut. Which is a heck of a magic trick, actually, to turn ducks into sandwiches, but you can do it. We'll show you how. Got to be good aim. All right, we got number 4 and number 11. That's Paula and Allie. Both skaters very confident of the Rainbow Realty Cam line. Paula the inside, Allie the outside, too far to the outside, actually, out of bounds. Paula approaching the turn, only 2 blockers left. To the middle, to the inside. No package there, and Paula's not into it. Oh! And now she's looking to score. It's on the board for Paula. Paula puts score on the board, folks. And I gotta say, I really do think Paula's an amazing skater, but it's also because the blocking is stellar today. Well done, blockers, unsung heroes. So Paula. Paula on the inside, second apex calls it off. What a run from Paula. Brought to you by a fantastic blocking line, I might add. That's right, I noticed. The Northwest Art, the natural state blocking game has actually really improved lately. And while the jammers are also getting better, the blockers make the jammers look good. I'm just saying. Witch Doctor and Assaulted Pepper. All right, Pepper the outside. Inside. The jammer is Assaulted Pepper. Witch Doctor, which jammer? I don't know. Neither does anybody else. The star has disappeared. So the blocker with the stripe on their head is called the pivot. They can manage to get the star onto their head. They can become the active scorer. It's usually executed a little bit more smoothly, if I'm honest. And we have a new jammer. That's me, number 803. 803, get your some. Back to the Rainbow Realty line. So to see about this, we got a lot of sponsors. We do a lot of turning left. This might be NASCAR. I'm not sure. No, it's not. It's definitely not. There's not as much hitting. All right, we got Star Platinum. Quick to the toe stops, explosive versus speed off the line. Back starting to get spread out. Platinum gets by, not by choice. The pad got spread out too far, and the Rocktown blockers had to let her go. Back into it, into the middle of the outside. 4 on the board for Platinum. And folks, at this point in the second half, this is where you find out who's been doing laps. because I'm starting to get tired and all I'm doing is talking about it. So they're getting pretty worn out. This is where the physical fitness really comes in. Stormenta still seems somewhat giddy, actually. Pretty cool. Breaks to the middle. Up onto the toe stops. Still got plenty left in the tank. Lots of power to that level. You see this Stormenta? I can barely pay attention to that kind of footwork. I can't even come close to doing it. That's very impressive. And just like that, she's back in points.
You might get techniques like
Thank you very, very much.
make it better. There's gonna be
I've just learned that Rocktown is amazing because somebody from Rocktown gave me a hot dog, and I'm very happy about that. A class act, you guys. Class act. Also, buy some Rocktown merch, at least a sticker or something. Gosh. All right, Witch Doctor backed up by Holy Grail. Meanwhile, Paula's just making hay over there. Pack is off to spread out. Paula takes it. Looks like Rocktown might be trying to pass the star again. Paula's just looking for points again. 803 takes it again. Yeah, just some. Well, a lot of times that star pass about is not necessarily about the points. It's about getting the pressure to stop the scoring happening. That's kind of important. Seriously, though, buy a Rocktown sticker. Like, I'm really thankful for the hot dog. So, like, and go get some education over there at the A-R-E place. IRA. Those guys. They got cool candy. Go over there. Check them out. Oh, look, action. That would be a salt and pepper. And 52 is going to be, that's block lobster. I should remember lobster, but I don't. Into the turn. Pepper on the inside of the apex. Both skinners right next to each other. And blocking makes a difference. Block lobster gets out. Ladies and gentlemen, block lobster!
so sorry.
Planet puts on the afterburners to try to catch Rocktown. I really wanted to say something sooner, but you got to be careful because a lot of people get microphone adults. That's what they say. Storminza comes out to the Rainbow Realty Jam line. And Witch Doctor. I would keep my eye on 803 as well. I'm just saying. She might just get herself. Storm into the big burst of speed. Up on the toe stops. Just making it happen. Stormenta doesn't take no for an answer. Stormenta! Some say they named the team after her because she's a force of nature. Hard to say for sure. Meanwhile, it looks like another potential pass situation. Storm into everybody. I find the biggest smiles are when you have a mouth guard. Not sure, but seems that way. Balla breaks to the outside. Locks are recycled. Balla takes it. Next to Jimmy Crystal Balla. He gets 5 with a little help for France. Balla puts 4 on the boards. I might as well turn around backward just for, that's what I always do. I just skate backward sometimes. The salt and pepper and witch doctor coming out. Pepper goes to the inside, but a little too far to the inside. And you don't want too much of salt and pepper there. So that's. And very nearly Melody Jenner. I think that was a boundary line of correction. Not sure. Witch Doctor gets legitimate from Rocktown. Witch Doctor! Witch Doctor looking for points. Goes to the inside, back to the middle. Into the back straight. Right at the middle. Gets a little help from Prince and around the apex. 4 on the board for Rocktown. Very good example of coordinating and helping the jammer out there. That's good. Folks, the salt and pepper has done so good that a sign has just shown up just for her. Impressed so many people that somebody just made a sign. Pretty fantastic. The salt and pepper goes into the turn in the middle. Back to the inside. Ladies and gentlemen, salt and pepper! I think it was the sign that did it. I saw the sign. I was going to make an Ace of Base reference and decided not to. Look, it opened up my eyes. That's what it did. When I saw the sign. Yeah. All right, we got a timeout there. Honestly, I don't know which team called it, but honestly, it doesn't even matter to me because I'm just following the action. And I'm also digging the Rocktown selection here because they really got some for the price range, really. You get like a button, if you can put buttons, they got, I think it's one of those. Well, they got some stickers. It's not for a list, and they get the range is over here. It's pretty. They don't have mugs or anything cool like that, but that's pretty good. They don't have any awesome candy, but they got stickers. And just like that, we're back to the Rainbow Realty Jam Bar.
For at our table, someone left was there standing back the bluish gray standing with the brown.
If you are missing a Stanley and you can describe it to the merchandise table, they have your Stanley. Come on. All right, that's Black Lobster, everybody. Give it up for Black Lobster. Very nearly had a little jammer on camera action there. Our Platinum manages to get the points anyway. Folks, that was impressive. Don't know what just happened. You should have paid attention. But yeah, so generally the not lead jammer doesn't score that many points unless they're Star Platinum just now. Sometimes they can make it happen anyway. Call us some more. I really should have been more enthusiastic just now. I was eating a delicious, delicious hot dog from the Jones Center, our wonderful host. You should thank them by eating hot dogs. They're selling them over there. Along with popcorn and other confectionaries. Meanwhile, we've got Allie and a salt and pepper. Pepper lined up to the inside. Great start to the inside, back to the outside. Through the middle. Back in the middle, coming into the straight. At the inside. Knocked on the ground. Indicated as lead jammer, yes. That is indicated as lead jammer, a salt and pepper. Sorry, that call was ambiguous at the start. And go for him. Nacho safe back into the fray. Knocked out of bounds, got to come in behind. He knocks out of bounds, so that means the salt and pepper's got to go way back. They call that recycling. And that salt and pepper calls it off. I just saw some totally awesome natural safe fans with some really cool sparkly stickers. Oh, look, they also got ducks. Yo, ducks and stickers. It's like the best way to like compliment a hot dog. I'm just saying. All right, folks, we got Woodstock here, and we got number 316. Star Platinum breaks the inside. Platinum gets low up on the toe stops. No pack declared. Everybody seems to care. All right, Star Platinum takes the lead jam position. So when no pack is declared, you're allowed to get in the way. You're not allowed to touch anything. Well, if they touch you, that's their problem. Platinum looking for a shot to get some more points and decides, you know what, maybe we'll just call it off. And Storminter comes back into play with Black Lobster. Black Lobster takes it early. explodes right up the inside. That was a really impressive display of skill and athleticism there by Block Lobster. And also a good demonstration of gravity. Very, very good. I gotta say, roller derby is where it's at. Really, that's what I think. Rail with a great big block there with Blast and a couple others. Amazon keeping watch to Century. And it's not enough because our force Steve actually takes the lead. Jams this race, gentlemen. Sound early. Some say her heads-up display on her visor projects the future location of block. All I know is that was impressive. I've never seen a skater with that many ponytails. She's so well. I think that's exactly twice as good as two ponytails. That's what I think. All right, Whit Softer comes out. Assaulted Peppa. She don't need no visor. Throwing after it. Ladies and gentlemen, assaulted Peppa. Takes the lead jam position before the apex. That's impressive. But that was impressive. That awesome spin move. I gotta say, that's where it's at. That is not where it's at.
You're doing huh? Next to the right through it. Yeah, please.
Sharp Platinum in the middle. On the toe stops. Blockers engaging ferociously. Back gets declared, and Sharp Platinum gets around. Ladies and gentlemen, Sharp Platinum. Look at her points around the turn into the straight. Calls it off. Blood Lobster. Good friend with Sormenta. Pretty sure to listen. And there's the whistle. Sormenta goes from the inside. It's gonna hurt tomorrow. It's probably hurts right now, actually. I say the thing that really interests me about roller derby is it's such an inclusive group. Really, they really a lot of diversity. They bruise in every color. So yeah, they're really a good diverse bunch there. All the colors of ridges, and in lots of diverse places too. So yeah, that's really what it's about, I think. Witch Doctor comes out against Bala. Bala breaks the inside early. Witch Doctor finds Grail and Amazon, and Someone whose name I should remember but don't. Meanwhile, Bala takes it at the apex. Ladies and gentlemen, Crystal Bala. Pivot on pivot action. You don't see that very often. I said, you gotta watch 803. Get you some, get her some. And what she got was a big face full of Holy Grail. That. Meanwhile, Bala puts more on the board.
Wow. Yeah.
All right. That was so exciting. I literally didn't notice it ended. Amazing. Unofficial score is 196 to 88 in favor of Natural State Roller Derby. I never know which team to go first. All right, folks, they came on their own time from Little Rock, Arkansas. Start to the very last second. Let's hear it for and I can't say enough about how far this team has come. Their blocking sightened up. Their chambers are faster. Folks, let's hear it for Natural State versus the Nature. They've been working like mad. It's all come together. And let's hear it for all of our volunteers. Thank you very much for coming and helping, taking time out of your day. Our EMTs, our skating, unskating officials, or non-skating officials, even the guy that fills the box with a stopwatch. Thank you, unsung hero. All right, folks, we have a brief intermission. You got plenty of time to go over there and learn a little bit at the. I don't remember the name. IRA. Yeah, hey, Alliance for Immigrant Respect and Education. So go over, maybe get some candy. I mean, maybe. Also, folks, Rocktown's over here. They've got put up a heck of a fight. They've got some cool stickers. They've got some cool merch. You know, up on. And if you don't want to throw a gun, throw a duck. Go to the Natural State concession or merchandise table. Halftime of the second jam or second bout is going to be the Chuggaduck. Let me tell you, it's where the excitement really is. That roller derby is awesome. Wait till you see Chuggaduck. It is suspenseful. Normally, we only have one prize for Chuggaduck. Today, we've got 3 prizes, and they're all sandwiches. I'm told there's a How I Met Your Mother reference I really don't understand.